Hello everyone and welcome to day 5 of my Pilates challenge. Today is going to be much more low key. We're going to actually do some stretching. So a little bit of everything full body today. So full body stretch wise. So we're going to take the legs out. Go ahead and turn your toes out. Let's just kind of warm the body a little bit before we get into some stretches. So taking the arms out, we're just going to make some big circles, squatting down and lift. So if I didn't mention, but you don't need any props for this, because we are just mostly doing some stretching, a little bit of mobility thrown in there as well. Last big circle. Nice job. Arms are out. We're going to just reach across the body, big stretch to the side. And we'll switch. And come back up. And we're just going to come down, reach to the floor. We're going to turn one toe out and just walk over to that side, getting a good long stretch to the inner thigh and hamstring. All right, and then turn that toe in, walk out to the other side. And then come back to the middle, take those hands behind your back, clasp the hands together, and just let the arms fold forward. If you cannot reach your hands behind you, you can always just rest your hands on your hips or just let your arms hang. And then we're all going to unclasp the arms and just heel toe the feet together. And then I want you to just let your arms hang and make some circles with the arms. And maybe circle the other direction. And then we're going to roll up nice and slow. Okay, we're going to take one foot in front of the other so the legs are crossed. And then we're going to reach back down. So you're going to feel this a little more intensely in the leg that's in the back. You're going to get some IT band and hamstring stretch there. So you don't have to be able to touch the ground here. We're just hanging. You can touch the ground if you'd like. But you're really just feeling this in the lower body, in that back of that leg. And we'll come up. And we're going to switch sides. Take the other foot in front. And again, reaching down. And coming back up. Okay, we're going to switch the legs back again. Ooh, a little balance there. And then we're going to take the leg that's in front. We're going to actually bring both arms up and we're going to lean into one side, the side with the front leg. Get a little side body stretch. Another little side body stretch. And back up. Switch legs, switch sides. And back up. All right, we're going to come down onto the ground, or onto the floor, onto the mat, whatever you have set up. I have carpet, so sometimes the mat is just unnecessary. Okay, so let's just do a couple of cat-cows. So we're going to dive down, look up, and then round out the spine, pull the belly button in, big stretch. And back to neutral. We're going to take one leg out to the side We're going to do a little movement here. So we're just going to go back and forth. So just kind of sawing back and forth here. You should feel maybe a little stretch on the inner thigh as you go back. So it's up to you how far back you're comfortable going. I also like to make some circles here by bringing that foot in, bending the knee, and circling around. So you can do either one or a little bit of both. If you're making circles, go ahead and circle the other direction as well. And back to center. Sit back into a single leg child's pose here. Keep that leg out. You can rest your hands on the floor, or you can reach those arms out and kind of get a good back stretch as well. And then come forward. Take that leg that's out to the side and go all the way behind you and look back behind you on the opposite side. Just loving the side body stretches today. And bring the knee back to center. So going to the other side, I'm just going to face you guys this time and go out and start with just that rock side to side. The only way for me to make videos like this is to pretend you're all here taking a class with me. So when I talk to you like there's 5 of you out there, that's why. Nice work. And remember, you can bring the foot in a bit and make circles. And if you are making circles, go the other way. Okay, back to the center. And you're going to either reach the hands out and sit your hips back, or you can rest the forearms on the ground as well, whichever one feels the best. And bring yourself back up. Okay, tuck that knee in. We're going to do a nice shoulder stretch. I'm going to turn at an angle here. So what I want you to do is start with just the hand behind the head. We're going to do about 3 of these, elbow to elbow, and then open wide. Elbow to elbow, open wide. One more. Open wide. And then we're going to take the hand straight up towards the ceiling, and we're going to thread it underneath, reach under, take the other arm, walk it out, and then I want you to press the palm down into the floor, almost like you're trying to spin around, looking into your armpit. That pressure against the ground is going to help really open up the lats and the serratus muscles, everything in the back of that shoulder. And then release, come up. We're going to do that on the other side. So starting with 3 little openers here, elbow to elbow, open up, elbow to elbow, open up. Last one. Open the arm up to the ceiling and then thread it under. Walk the other arm out. And remember, you can press that palm or the top of that hand into the ground to really open up the shoulder more. And then coming up. Nice. Okay, we're going to come into a lunge position. Not because we're going to lunge, don't worry. We're going to start with a little movement before we hold a stretch. So we're going to bring our knee in front of our toes and back. So we're just going to shift back and forth. Trying to keep the heel on the ground, so you might feel a stretch in your calf or your Achilles if you've got tightness down there. You might feel it in the hip flexors. Okay, then we're going to do one more. Come back to center, tuck that pelvis in, and then just lean forward. So now you should feel the stretch in the hip flexor. If you want a little deeper, take the arm up, maybe lean. And back to center. Straighten out the leg, fingertips to the ground. Now you're getting a bit of a hamstring stretch. Not a bit of a hamstring stretch. You should be definitely getting a hamstring stretch. And we're going to rebend the knee. Bring that heel a little closer to your leg, your back leg, and then we're going to walk it over to the opposite edge of your mat if you have a mat. We're just coming into a pigeon pose. So if you cannot do this, you can lay on your back and do a reclined pigeon, just like we have in the last couple of videos, or you can go into this more yoga, melting to the ground pigeon pose. Totally fine, whichever way you get the best hip stretch. That is the one that we want to be doing today. We're just going to take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, just roll to your side, come up into this nice stretched position. We have our knee or our foot into our inner thigh here. We're going to reach the arm up and bring both hands towards that foot on the other side. Another side body stretch, maybe some hamstring, inner thigh. And come up. We're going to bend this leg here, so both of our knees are bent, and we're going to do a little bit of a twisting motion here. So we're going to just take our hand, this hand's on the ground, we're going to thread it behind us and open up. We're just going to thread underneath the arm and up. And if your upper back is tight like mine is, you should really feel it as you try to reach behind you. One more. And then we're going to come back up and then bring the other hand up and over. Nice stretch to the side. Now bring that hand back to the ground. If this is okay on your knees and your body, you're going to come up and reach the hand forward. You're getting a little hip flexor stretch. And bring the hips back down. Okay, we're going to go and try to remember all of that for the other side. So starting with in that lunging position, we're going to lunge knee in front of toes, just for a little movement here. It's always my fear is like not remembering the whole sequence. I'm sure that I have forgotten something here and there in many of classes that I've taken, but then there's people in the room to help me remember. One more. I'm going to come to the middle, tuck that pelvis in, and lean forward here. Maybe you want to bring the arm up as well. And we'll come down, straighten that leg for a hamstring stretch. Feels so nice. Unless you have perfect hamstrings and maybe you're like, it's okay, I'm not tight back here, but I don't know but I know anyone without tightness in their hamstrings, so. Okay, bring that heel a little closer to the body and walk that heel toe, that foot to the other side. And we're gonna rest down in that pigeon pose. Again, you can always do this laying on your back if this is not a stretch that works for you. I'm going to take another couple breaths. Last inhale. And then exhale, just roll to the side. Bring that foot to the inner thigh. Reach the arms up and down towards that foot for another nice stretch to the side. All right, for that little upper body mobility here, I'm going to bend both knees. Okay, we're going to take one hand to the ground. We're going to thread the other arm under, reach behind you, and open up. Reach behind and open. Maybe a little bonus pop there. Last one. And we'll come up, take both hands towards the other side, and hand to the floor. You're going to lift up onto your knees, stretch back behind you. Lovely hip flexor side body stretch. And we're going to lower the hips down. Go ahead and just bring both feet together, and you can just shimmy those hips a little closer to the heels. Grab onto your toes and just leaning forward. So this is a great inner thigh if you like to little flutter the knees for a little movement there. That feels nice as well. And we'll release those legs. Come to just a comfortable seat. We're going to drop one ear to the shoulder. And tilt the head back slightly. And roll the head to the other side. Ear to the shoulder. And tilt the head back slightly. And then just make a circle in each direction all the way around. Maybe round the shoulders. All right, so just a suggestion, if you liked this stretch series and maybe you do this whole 7-week challenge again, this is a great one to do right after any of the other videos if you have the time, so that you get a little more stretching. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you for day 6 and 7.